All right, welcome back to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. Mike Catalana, I'm Jenna Cottrell. We are here in Providence as the Bills getting ready for their game in Foxborough against the Patriots. Before we get started, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can't tell. Maybe you can't tell. It's pouring rain here.
Yeah. And you say, why are we in Providence? In case you don't know, it's the state capital. We like to visit all the state capitals when we travel around. Now, this
Albany is beautiful.
This is where the Bills stay when they play against the Patriots. I know sometimes people think they'd be in Boston. It's closer to Providence. It's easier in and out. This is where they're here tonight, and then they'll be going to Foxborough for the game Thursday night.
And we know this is a huge game, the divisional game against the Patriots. Like you said, it's going to be at Gillette Stadium. This game, the Bills are winless so far this season in the division. The AFC East, I mean, Josh Allen and the team always talks about, you got to win the division. You got to start there. They need to start picking up by a win tomorrow.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, they start with that, and sometimes people dismiss that. They'll hear Sean McDermott say, goal one, win the division. And sometimes it's like, yeah. No, you have to win the division. You guys know how it works. If you don't win the division, you begin as the 5 seed in the playoffs, right? You could have a phenomenal record. You could win, I guess this year, they could win what? 12 games, 13 games, and still be the 5 seed if you don't beat out Miami. And losing those 2 games, close games, very winnable games against the Dolphins and the Jets puts them in this spot where they need. Very New England, wasn't she? Yeah. We
I feel like my family's here.
It puts them in a spot where they need this badly. Now, after this game, they have 3 games in the division left.
Crazy.
All at home. It's just an oddity. They start out with the 3 road games, but it's a massive game for them.
It's huge, and like you said, the division, it starts and ends there almost. Like what you want to do, controlling your own destiny, being home in the playoffs, how much that means for the long-term goals of this team. It's got to start with a win here tomorrow. All right, talking about that, we know that Von Miller will not be playing tomorrow. He talked about how he has a meniscus issue. He hopes to be out for a couple weeks. We're just getting everyone here. Everyone's very excited. They're liking, subscribing, and commenting on the Buffalo Plus channel. But let's talk about it because we know what that means for this defense. And Miller, I mean, he's a huge piece.
Yeah, I mean, look, they need somebody to step up on the defensive end side. Now, that interior, the D-line, has been really good. Ed Oliver, Defensive Player of the Week. They've been good. They've been getting that push. Daquan Jones, those guys have played really well. Tim Settle, that's what they need, right? But they also need somebody on the outside. Greg Rousseau expected to play. That would be a huge plus. A.J. Epinesa, who's had moments, is going to get more snaps now. Got to play. I think Jordan Phillips is going to have a big game for him. I think when he needs to step up. How about Shaq Lawson? And I love what Shaq said this week. He said he plays better now because when he's back with Buffalo, remember he was drafted by Rex and Whaley and those guys. He says, Sean said to me, just be yourself. And we know Shaq being himself, but he's made some big plays for them, including that strip in the Cleveland game, and he had a sack in the game against Detroit. He's played well. Somebody out of that group is going to have to make a play in this game. I don't think the Patriots have some phenomenal passing game. It was better last week, but there are times you need the D-line. That's what they brought Von in. No Von. He said he'd be back for the Jets. We'll see. That would be awesome for the Bills if this is the only game he misses. But somebody on that D-line needs to step up.
And that's the thing, I think, where you're at in the season. Like, the Bills have had to deal with their injuries. Obviously, Miller going out is a huge loss for this team. But at the same point, you need to see those depth guys be able to step into that role. And like you said, I mean, Ed Oliver has been playing well. Shaq Lawson, you talk about A.J. Epinesa. He's been kind of waiting for an opportunity. Can he capitalize on that? And that's something to see as we look forward to this game against the Patriots tomorrow. But talking about this game, too, I mean, Josh Allen has played better in terms of the turnovers. But that has been the thorn in his side as of recently, and it's definitely something to consider going into this one.
You almost feel like...
It's like one gigantic raindrop. My hair is like, it's so bad.
My hair's perfect. You almost feel like the only thing that stops Josh is the turnovers. They're always moving the ball. I mean, it's funny. It's a downside to turn it over in the red zone. Well, he gets in the red zone. They move the ball, and it's been bad mistakes. Now, he was better in Detroit. They didn't turn the ball over. He didn't have the bad plays that he had, well, in Detroit against Cleveland, not in Detroit against Detroit. But he's done that. He's done a good job with that. When they do that, they move the football. I mean, we know what they did against the Patriots when they had these last 2 games. The one here, the Isaiah McKenzie game, and then the one in the playoffs where not only no punts, 7 drives, 7 touchdowns, which is still an absurdity in the NFL. You can't do that in Madden, and he did it in a playoff game. So it is something to see. but the turnovers are a thing. I think it got into his head a little bit, but I think he snapped out of it a little bit on that pass to Diggs. That pass not only won that game, I think it was that Josh Allen moment where he's like, it's not a risk. I mean, he can get the ball in there, but a little bit. Like, you don't want to turn the ball over there. And, boy, he put it on the money. And what else did we talk about? His status for this game has changed for the first time in 3 weeks at practice this week.
He was a full participant in practice, and that is huge. And you mentioned that throw to Diggs in that game at the end against the Lions. The arm strength that takes. Yeah. And I feel like sometimes it almost is like Josh was thinking about things too much. Like, I felt like he kind of got a little reactionary, whereas now it's like, take what the defense gives you and go from there. He has the confidence from that going forward.
And the one other thing I wanted to add, I thought he backed away from running a little bit because of the elbow.
Yeah.
And he would never say that and whatever. No. But last week you saw in that Detroit game, he took off a few times, and including late in the game after they had gotten that pass, and he got him a couple more yards and helped set up the field goal. When he's feeling good and feeling healthy, as Bill Belichick said, what do you need to do? He's like, stop the quarterback.
Snap the court. A riveting press conference
that's
from
what
Bill.
He ended up saying.
I feel like Bills fans are hoping to see the GIF or the GIF, however you say it, of Belichick slamming the phone on the bench.
If I would have said GIF or GIF, you'd have been picking on me.
Yeah, I would
mercilessly.
Which is it? I say GIF.
Okay.
But some people say GIF.
Well, you could also be one of those.
They're weird.
It could also be one of those memes.
Oh my God. I can't with you. All right. You talked about Isaiah McKenzie. You brought him up. That game kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Could we see John Brown? He was signed to the Bills practice squad last Saturday. He's a guy that's obviously very familiar with Josh Allen. He was Allen's first 1,000-yard receiver. Now, again, he's been out of the league. He's 32 years old. Do you think we see him tomorrow?
I think he's going to be active for the game.
I do too.
I mean, come on. You know, they had Gentry activated in a game. Yeah, they, you know.
It's not great.
Well, I mean, he's not a guy with any experience. John Brown has been there, done that, and played well, really well in 2019. Yeah. I give him a lot of credit for the development of Josh Allen. He had a real, you know, he and at the time. Oh, Cole Beasley, yeah, obviously. He and Beasley, two professional wide receivers that Josh had, and then Diggs just took him over the top. Yeah. But I thought John Brown was great. I like the way he talks. And he sort of has that little giggle when he talks. He's so happy to be back. And I love the fact that he followed the Bills. Isn't it something?
I just think that goes to show, and he talked about it when he had his first press conference back about, like, I felt invested in this team. Yeah. This team felt invested in me. And he continued to keep in touch with the guys. He continued to watch the games. I think that says a lot about the Bills in Buffalo.
All those guys, Shaq Lawson, Jordan Phillips, they come back. Dean Marlowe, his wife, like everybody loves it. I'm telling you, you guys remember, I remember, before your days here, guys would leave Buffalo and never look back.
I want to be on primetime. Is that what Stephon Gilmore said?
Well, you know, he ain't on primetime right now. But they would leave and it'd be like, Buffalo. Or the joke was, ship you off to Buffalo. And now you got guys going, I love my time there. I love going back. Isn't it something? It's kind of amazing.
Well, you set me up. Okay. Odell Beckham Jr., we're talking about wide receivers. We're talking about coming to Buffalo, wanting to be in Buffalo. Obviously, the talk is Dallas. He's going to be visiting OBJ with the Bills on Friday.
Well, at least according to the what was that? The
Voncast?
The Voncast. And he knows OBJ, and it's this whole thing.
Best buds.
Look, he feels like a Dallas Cowboy to me. He likes the show. He likes the flash. Jerry will wine and dine him. I look at it and say, you know what? And look, Dallas has a very good team, and they need a guy like him to help CeeDee Lamb. And, you know, Dak's a good quarterback, and they have a good offense. Okay? And if he wants the flash and the sizzle, Dallas would be the place for him.
Well, you brought up the sizzle.
Yes.
I think Dallas has a lot of sizzle.
Yeah.
But the Bills have the steak in Josh Allen.
That's my line. You
the
took
sizzle
it from me.
And the steak.
Yes.
But I will say, I think that goes to show, I understand exactly what you're saying. Because Jerry Jones, you know, will roll out the red carpet.
My point is, we're going to find out a lot about what OBJ's thinking. I'm not saying picking the Cowboys means you don't care. Because the Cowboys could go to the Super Bowl. I'm saying if you pick a team based on that, you know, it takes you out to the ranch and where the Star where they practice and the state. They got a lot of stuff. It's cool there.
Oh, yeah.
But Buffalo is Buffalo, and that vibe on the team is real. And you got Josh Allen, and you got Stephon Diggs, and that makes Gabe Davis even more so.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen on Friday. Hopefully the weather's a little better when he comes in. I think that snowstorm might have scared us off.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we've been
Western New
here a long
York.
time, yeah.
Well, you longer than me.
Yes, much longer.
Because that's how time works.
Yes. But at the same time, we'll see.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's a little play by the agent. He's trying to drum it up.
Yeah.
You know, the airplane ride didn't help anybody,
No.
or the lack of an airplane ride. But look, he's playing this up. He's got, Von's helping him get the word out there. We'll see what he ends up doing. Look, as long as it's not the Chiefs, and don't, their name hasn't really come up, but I don't put anything past them.
Oh, no. Yeah.
But we'll see. I think, like you said, I think it's going to be Cowboys or Bills. And right now, I would only say Cowboys just because I think they're going to pay more. The Bills did clear up some cap space today, but from what we heard, it was more of a they needed to do that because of all the moves they've had to make. We'll see. It'll be interesting no matter what. If he comes with Josh Allen, I think he can really contribute. If he doesn't, so be it. They'll just go on with who they have.
I think when you boil it down, it's like, would you rather have Josh Allen passing you the ball or Dak Prescott? I know I have my opinion in the quarterback that I think would be better. Who plays? Yeah, obviously. That that's what I was getting at. But again, to each their own. Some people like this sizzle more than the steak. You know me.
You're going to use that.
Well, I'm going to eat all the steak.
Yeah, you're going to go get steak tonight. There you go.
Oh, you better believe it. All right. It's cold here. It's rainy. It's supposed to be nice, though, tomorrow.
Yeah. No, it's going to be cold.
Yeah, which, like, again, it's December 1st, so, like, that's not weird to me.
Press box. Oh, they have clam chowder in the press box.
They have clam chowder for the photographers, too. It's
Really?
good. It's
Really?
good.
Aw, that's nice of them.
I
Just saying.
am irate right now. No. All right, well, you get to drive all the way. Oh.
More rain.
Yeah, more rain. All right, we're going to go. That's the Capitol behind us as well. And a minivan, in case you're wondering. All right, thank you for watching Buffalo Plus. For Dan, who's in the studio, and Mike, who's right next to me. I am, in fact, Jenna. I'm not high. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Oh, my goodness.